is going to crash. And you may believe you're the best and, you know, and got your shit is on top of the world, your shit don't stink. But I have to tell you, it does stink and you're going to crash. The whole thing about this music game and the vibration is you got to spread the wealth. It's like there are people in here, when you guys start talking to each other, you're going to realize how small the circle really is. You might have worked with a producer that somebody else worked with. But the main thing I really want to teach you guys in this, and I'm saying teach because God taught me and I'm here to just speak through spirit, is that trust your judgment. Your judgment is going to save you. If you're in this industry, if you're a DJ, if you're a producer, you're a promoter, you're tapped into a whole other frequency. You're not normal. Don't try to be normal. You're not normal. And it's okay to be lonely in this situation because not everybody's going to appreciate and respect your grind that you have for this music. I mean, I went through so many crews, so many people like, yeah, I'm down with you, we're gonna do this shit together, and end up finding myself in a one-way ticket by myself. You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect to anybody that I worked with in the past, but I was hoping that I was gonna make it with people that I actually grew up with, that I actually started with. But everybody has their own journey, and not everybody is willing to go through certain things to make it. I know what I've gone through. I was homeless. You know what I'm saying? I was homeless in LA with a son. Like, sleeping on the floor, slept in the park, like wondering like, yo, God, what's up? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? And then Big Daddy came. So I just know my path has always been focused. It's always been driven. And I allow God to be present. I don't know what, I'm not here to be on some church or be a pastor right now. But I have to tell you as a living testimonial from me that I went to LA on the strength, and how powerful the vibration is. I went to LA when I was 4 years old with my grandmother, sitting in the middle in the emergency section, and the pilot came up to me and said, I want you to have these wings. You know, the little lapel, the little thing that they put on the collar. The pilot gave me that. And I turned around and looked at the pilot, 4 years old, and said, I'm gonna be a star in LA. I'm gonna be a superstar. Those are my words at 4 years old. Fast forward, I'm in LA. My mom's 4 years ago hands me the little wings that I had when I was 4 years old. I ain't had nothing since I was 4 years old. All the little characters I was drawing and shit, my mom put that in the house. As far as on my person, I don't have nothing when I was 4 years old, but I got those wings in my studio. And that was American Airlines. When I got to LA June 12th, 1993, the ticket that was sent to me was American Airlines. So I was already on a plane at American Airlines at 4 years old, and there's thousands of airlines. So that was God letting me know I'm gonna be good. I just asked God to go for me so that way if something bad happens, I'm protected, all that. But my music is the vibration. The music is gonna save you guys. Like, a lot of you here don't wanna work a day job. A lot of you guys don't wanna do that because you're so convinced that your music is the outlet. But if you believe that, I'm saying, but if you believe that, then you gotta do the steps to get there so you don't become homeless, so you don't become behind in your rent. So licensing, getting your song placed in movie soundtracks is the key. And then the territorial deals overseas. Everybody Google, when you get to write this down, MIDEM, MIDEM. That's a conference that they have in France, where all the record companies come from all over the world. Get the audience. From all over the world. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is if you got a record and a whole album done, and nobody here in the States is picking it up, you go to this conference, you register online, you type in the genre of the music that it is, and then all of a sudden you're getting emails of meetings set up before you even get there. So if you really think about it, you have really nothing to lose because you're setting up yourself all ready to be heard by another territory, another exec, licensor, or whoever it is, distributor, publisher, all that. So when you register It's gonna have a genre, you put your genre in there, there's a fee, whatever, get over there. And then you set up a booth. And then they just come. Hey, how you doing, man? Let me hear your music, man. Boom! Okay, we're gonna give you 50 euros, 50,000 euros. Wow. Now, that's one territory. Over 99 different countries out there. Just think if you're doing that 50,000 a pop on a license, you're walking out of there with some serious bread. So it's not about here, it's about the world. I'm gonna take some questions. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions?
When is that conference usually?
The conference, it used to be in January, but now they moved it to June. But if you go online, MIDEM conference, like they have it, so I would start preparing for next June, preparing now. Save your bread, save whatever you need to do right now. So when you turn around and go out there with albums. Like I produced a whole album on KRS, right? KRS-One, called Maximum Strength. It's out there. He did a deal with Koch. I turned around and was like, yo, Chris, why did you do a deal with Koch? DaRock. Koch is gonna cut the check. I'm like, yo, Chris, that's check is gonna be just now, but what about later? DaRock, we have to get a check. I'm like, so I'm looking at him and I'm real good with impersonations because I really work with these dudes on a day-to-day, so when they leave, I just totally go into their characters. And I actually did KRS in front of him, he was like, DaRock, not bad. It's not KRS. You sound like Chris Parker. I'm like, all right, whatever. You are Chris Parker, right? So the point is, go online, Google, meet them, set up the meetings, and just put out there, and you're gonna find that your music that nobody likes here, that the record labels are turning you down, are actually gonna do a deal with you overseas. And think outside the box. Like if you're a rapper, you gotta treat this is a music business. Like it's 10% music, it's 90% business. Like if you look at Flow Rider, if you look at Pitbull, like I produced a record on Pitbull when he was rapping normal. Like over hip hop beats. Next thing you know, like what? Flow Rider, selling out stadiums. They're not concerned about pleasing their boy. They jumped on the wave dance music, that techno, and selling out stadiums. Not rich, wealthy, because their stuff is constantly getting licensed. So all you artists, I'm not trying to get you to like, switch up your stuff, but switch up your stuff. Seriously, because next year when I'm looking at these faces, I want to see y'all like, okay, I'm on the panel. Let me tell you my story. I went to meet him. I did 22 deals over there. I got this bread. I got this going on. It starts here, and I appreciate everybody coming here to get the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the knowledge is within you. It's in your subconscious. It's in your subconscious. All you gotta do is close your eyes, breathe, meditate, and allow God to speak to your subconscious. And then conscious picks up and actually falls and rolls accordingly. That's how the vibration, because music is spiritual. So if you're just gonna dab in it, you better maximize the full reason of music and tap into that spiritual side of music and start working from a mental standpoint. I had a vision sitting in my studio like, I want to work with Nicki Minaj and Jadakiss. I want to work with Nicki Minaj and Jadakiss. I put that out to the universe. I want to work with Nicki Minaj. My boy was over there. He was like, yo, Jada and Nicki Minaj, this is like, I'm over here like, I saw it. He was like, what kind of record would you make? I said, I don't know. Let me go do some beats, and you tell me what you hear and what you think. So I played a track that me and my son made, and all of a sudden I sent it over to Jadakiss, and I didn't even. The crazy thing about it, I didn't even tell Jadakiss that I wanted Nicki Minaj on the beat. I sent it to him, but because the vibration was so strong out there, I put the energy out there to the universe so bad that I wanted the Jada and Nicki Minaj combination. That Jada, I sent the beat to Jada Kiss, I get a phone call. Yo, what up? I'm like, yo, Kiss, what's going on? Yo, I'm gonna put Nicki on the beat. I dropped the phone. And was like, God, you're working again. You are working everything and I've learned that I'm a manifester. I've learned that I put something out to the universe, that it happens. So then I had to be very careful on my thoughts so I can no longer think negative because negative shit's gonna happen. It's like how the positive stuff happens for me to change my life and help other people change theirs. I've learned the power of my tongue. I learned the power of my thought. And I've learned that if I put something out to the universe with a strong vibration, it's gonna manifest. All of a sudden, Jada Kiss was like, yo, we're gonna be in the studio with Nicki, you gotta come out. I'm like, what? We do a joint called She Likes Me. It was on the Champions Here mixtape Jada Kiss. Boom. Took Jada Kiss, put him in a whole different bag. And then next thing you know, I started working, doing more joints with him, all that. But the thing is I've learned to actually talk to these artists and let these artists know, like, yo, it's not your record, it's our record. So all you producers, don't be intimidated because you're working with a superstar. The only way that superstar is gonna respect you if you speak your mind. If that superstar is putting some whack shit, a whack hook on your beat, you should be like, don't look at him like, oh, that's a superstar, I ain't gonna say shit because I might ruin the opportunity. You know, you're not gonna ruin it because he's gonna stop and be like, well, let's hear it your way then. And then you may turn around and it may not have a way, but tell him to reword it a little differently, and then that's the vibe. Every artist that I produced, and when you Google and research me, they all have a little bit of me inside them on those records. And the reason why is because I turned around and said, you know what? Try it like this. Because I know I'm coming a little different. It doesn't make sense for me to give you the same beat that you've been rapping to because I won't be special. So as a producer, step outside the box and challenge the artist to be creative. If they're a real artist, they're gonna adapt and adjust to the beat and come with something totally different, and then that may work, but trust your spirit. I remember being in the studio with Busta Rhymes when I didn't produce it, but I was there when he did Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See. That was Rampage's song first. Nobody even knew it, because it never came out. It was Rampage's song first. But Rampage did not rap nowhere near like, it wasn't even that. And Busta Rhymes went in there and came up with that, like, yo son, I think I got something. I was like, yo, I'm here to do the walls. It's a smash. It's a smash. And the big thing about this right here, you're not yelling at nobody. Like, you're not doing that. You're actually having a conversation and you're comfortable. You're in your skin and you're spitting, and people could just, and there's a melodic melody. That record came out, boom. My phone rings. Yo, this shit is on a whole nother planet. That's the biggest record he's done. He ain't had a record that big since. Straight up. And the reason why is because he stepped outside of his own bag. And when you're in your bag, sometimes your bag needs to, you know, you might need to change the filter a little bit in the bag. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go out and get some other influence of some little spice. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the point I'm making. Anybody else have any questions?
So like, when you take that leap of faith, right, you leave that job, you leave the city, pursue your dream, there's a transition period where, you know, your finances go down. Like, what do you do when you meet that fear of, like, when you keep going? You know what I'm saying? When you know that, you know, you can be starting.
Repeat the question because I want everybody to hear.
So like, when you take that leap of faith, right, and you leave your city or you leave that job, you're gonna meet that transition where your finances is up and down. How do you overcome that fear, like when you want your last ramen noodles to keep going?
Well, I'm gonna answer that with my personal experience. real quick, okay? I was in a relationship with my son's mother before my son was here, right? Boom. She threw me out. I was homeless, okay? In a park. Like, where am I gonna go? My boy drives by that I met in the grocery store. Yo, what up, man? Yo, what's going on? Yo, I need a place to stay. Come stay with me. God made sure I was gonna be good. That's the faith. That's the trust and knowing that you're dope. So here it is. I get to his house. He ain't got no money. He's about to get evicted. Okay? He's about to get evicted. I see rice in the cabinet. Rice. There ain't nothing else in the cabinet. Rice. I got no money. Broke. Okay? I'm cooking the rice. A piece of glass. I opened up the cabinet. A glass fell inside the rice. It was the last bag of rice. There was only this much rice inside the bag. All glass inside the rice. I was starving. You know what I did? I ate glass. I ate glass. I can cry right now because that's real. I ate glass. Okay? And the reason why I ate that, I don't matter how many times I tried to pick through it, there was glass in every grain of that rice. I was starving, wasn't eating. I ate that. Next thing you know, the dude's like, hey, you gotta, you should go down to General Relief, go get some food stamps so you can sustain yourself. I was like, I bet. I get on the bus to go there. I'm next in line to get food stamps. In the middle of, and there's a whole line of people behind me. I was next to go to the window number 4. And I was like, no! I'm not getting food stamps. Yelled it out loud. I'm not getting food stamps. I'm dope. I'm doing this. Got back on the bus. Went to the house. All my shit's outside. Everything. Outside. I'm like, should I have taken them food stamps? Because maybe I would have walked away with something. I said, no. I'm not going to program myself to be dependent on a system where my talent is bigger than the system. That's what my mindset was. And God is bigger than all of that. So I was like, if I can eat glass, nothing is going to faze me. I go to the payphone, call up my friend. He comes, picks me up. I'm on the floor. No money, sleep on the floor. We go to a record company. He tells me, yo, I got to hustle. I said, what's the hustle? We're going to sell CDs to the record companies. I was like, you're going to sell them to the record companies? He said, yeah, you're going to sell CDs to the record companies. I said, nah, that don't make sense. How are you going to sell CDs to the record? Like, what do you mean by that? He says, listen, they want to license it, they want to take your music. And then what's going to happen is you're going to take music from this company, you're going to take music from this company, and then you're going to turn around and start going to, there was a store called Penny Lane. Penny Lane would take used CDs. They have a little promotional seal that breaks the seal. We would take the CDs and go get $5 off each CD. My boy called up the record companies and got a whole box of CDs. And we was at Penny Lane. The guy said, man, you're a hell of a promotion guy. Man, we got 300 CDs. I was like, look, do you want this new Cool Keith? Do you want this new Karen White? Do you want this new Janet Jackson? Boom, next thing you know, $300. Boom, it's in my pocket. We split the bread. Boom, he get the money. All of a sudden, I got money now. So now it's like, okay, I'm gonna go buy some chicken. I'm gonna go buy some Shasta, some Shasta soda. And I had learned to budget my money, but the point I'm trying to make to you is that you can't have no fear when you're talented. You can't. Because if you think, if everybody in this building, in this room thinks that they're gonna save some money so they can go somewhere and live better, you're wrong. Sorry. The reason why I'm gonna tell you you're wrong is because it's not that money that's going to get you there. It's the faith that's going to get you there. But when you get there, you're going to make theirs money. You're going to make money that's there. People look like, it's expensive to live out there. I can't afford it. If you were in the environment supplies jobs to support the environment and opportunities. So you can't look at, oh, I don't know how I'm going to eat. If you're afraid, you don't need to be in this game at all. Your faith got to be at 3,000%. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying to you is, if I can do it, I'm no better, different than anybody in this room. We're all God's people. We're all one vibration. If I can go to LA and become homeless and bounce from house to house, I've been in LA 24 years and moved 17 times. 24 years, 17 times. I've been at my house for 11 years. So think about it. 9 years, how much moving was I doing? Every 2 months I'm at another crib. I'm over here. You gotta move. The planets are moving, you gotta move. If you're stagnant and you're standing still, you're not going nowhere. Got a question? Did I answer it? Anybody else have any questions? Just lay it in the back.
I got a question. This is kind of going back to it's kind of changing the topic, but back to sending the music to music supervisors. Is there a format that you do it in? As far as like, do you send the EPK? Is that the producer's job or is it the artist's job? Like if you're working with a producer, and how do you basically format it so that someone opens it up?
Well, what it is I'm not sure what the new setting is on the actual on the meter app, but they'll pretty much tell you, okay, what genre your music is. So you turn around and type hip hop, pop, R&B, you know, and then basically they're gonna send you an email. And then what you do is you send your electronic press kit, you send an MP3 and stuff. You know, like the biggest thing though is, and it's sad, but SoundCloud's about to be over, but not everybody can pull up SoundCloud. SoundCloud doesn't work on every device. It makes you have to go download the app. And some people's phones are so full they can't download the app, so your music is never going to get heard. So as far as the licensing part, you want to turn around and as soon as somebody responds to you, say, how would you like me to present my music to you so you can hear it? And someone asks for a Dropbox link, but to be honest with you, as an artist, no disrespect to a producer you're working with, but don't depend or wait your producer to actually get you to where you need to go. Some producers only produce and don't have the resources to get out there. And it's the reason why I don't have a manager is I ain't found a manager that got more juice and connects than me. And God is my manager. So I've been moving that way. But as far as the licensing, like Medium, there's a lot of music conferences out there. But the music supervisors, for you guys to make some quick money, and I say quick because it's a little faster than you waiting on a damn royalty check that ain't never gonna come because the artist ain't never recouped. But soundtracks, licensing, video games, all that, it's all out there, it's all online. Variety Arts Magazine. If you register with BMI and ASCAP, they have a division of that deals with soundtracks, where they get privilege to a who's looking list of what type of films are getting ready to come out, and a synopsis. They don't want to pay the $1 million for Beyonce, but they'll take a song that sounds like Beyonce and get a license, and you can go make 50 to 100,000. So I had a song, the opening song, and let me say this and I'm gonna close out. When I talked about my whole thing about me being homeless and all that stuff, I get a call from Bob Francis, Cole Black, saying they need a song about a grind. Do you have a song about a grind? I said, yeah. When I came to LA, I was homeless, I was grinding. He says, give me that song, and I'm gonna place that song in Kevin Hart's movie. So here it is. 2013 came, I had the opening song of that movie, Let Me Explain, Kevin Hart's movie, and the lyrics is about me being homeless. So God wanted me to be homeless so I could make money with Kevin Hart. Now, that opened up doors for all the film companies for me to do licensing deals with the film stuff because Kevin Hart is the biggest comedian out. And how I know that he's selling, because it's 2013, 2017 now, I'm still getting big checks from my song. And my song was 90 minutes long in the movie. Okay? 90 seconds, sorry. 90 seconds, a minute and 30 seconds long in the movie. That was about my grind, boom. Now that set me up to get more work in the film world. So take your music, get a license, and again, and also follow me at Duane DaRock on Twitter and on Instagram. I'm always doing little tutorials. I'm always sending positive messages out there to the universe because I want to see all my people win because we won.
Duane, we got time for maybe one more question real quick, and then we gotta move on real quick.
What's up, man? So I'm a producer from the Bay, but I live about 4 hours outside the city right now because I'm doing my thing up north. But what do you recommend for somebody who got, like a producer got beats on deck, but it's disconnected from face-to-face interactions because I'm like up in the cuts right now. I know you're gonna say get on the internet, but what do I do? Just start emailing artists or something, or what?
Well, I mean, it's kind of crazy because a lot of these artists have a buffer, so you might not be able to get directly in contact with the artist, but what I would do is how you work it like this, look to see who they're following. Look to see who they have a rapport with, who they're shouting out. And then you build a relationship with that person. And that person, you turn around and tell that person, say, listen, check it out. I got a beat that I want to get to Snoop. I'm willing to cut you a piece of the pie if you can give you some publishing. That's what you say, publishing. Give you a piece of the publishing if you can connect me with Snoop. That guy's gonna turn around, listen to your beats. Next thing you know, you got a placement on Snoop. So, and then me, I put Rick Rude, I put a lot of producers in the game because I'm a businessman. So if I hear something that's dope, I'm also willing to hold. Now, any artists in here, you need some beats, you know what I'm saying? Come holler at me. I'm all about the underdog. Yes, I work with a lot of major artists, but to be honest with you, y'all are the new breed. This is what a new wave is. And I'm down and I'm open to work with the new wave. Also, it's features, as far as Cassidy, as far as anybody on my resume, you guys need some features, I produce a joint, we work it out and get it going like that. I just want to give a shout out to Fleet DJs for having me here. This is the 5th year. They've been doing it. I came out here on my own dime just to give you, because I know God wanted me to speak and put me through all the struggles, being homeless, not having money, all that, to be where I'm at, so I can, because some of y'all are going through what I've gone through. And just know that at the end of the day, if you really believe in you, you're not gonna lose. You will always win. Duane DaRock.
Yeah. Come on, give it up one more time for Duane DaRock, man. That's what's up, man. All day, that's my guy. He has come to every one of our conferences over the years. Like I say, he spends his own time, come out from LA. It's hard to get people to come across town. He come from LA, so I salute him for that, man. Once again, I salute everybody for coming in. I need some of the people from the back to come up here and take a seat, because we got a very dope panel about to happen. I need all my panelists for the radio panel to please come up here real fast, because we're going to get this started. We're also going to have a refuel break, but we started a few minutes late, so we're going to get this thing going. This is going to be an outstanding panel we're going to discuss radio, today's radio, and how does it work, and how it affects you guys, everybody in this industry of business right now. So I need all my panelists, come on up, have a seat. Okay, real quick, once again, I want to salute all the sponsors. All the sponsors are up here on this picture right here, 7 feet right there. So salute to all the sponsors. I'm going to shout all of y'all a few. or one of our main sponsors that comes out every year. And if you ever go into the Fleet DJ app, I think everybody in here